man beats them. I've heard the story countless times. Yes.
He
Tomorrow,
compensates them with
tomorrow we'll talk about
But
this.
wait,
Next time we'll talk about
how would
this.
you hate yourself to an extent that you have to, if someone has to inflict pain on your
In
body?
reality, there are some people that actually like it. Even hello everyone, welcome to Real Talk Unfiltered, where we discuss real, honest conversations, topics in which we probably all thought about, but we don't even like to talk about it for different reasons personal to us. So my name is Precious, and with me here I have Grace.
Annie.
Okay, on today's episode, we are talking about abuse. I know most of us already know what the term abuse is, right? So,
Yeah.
abuse literally means the improper way of using something, like using something incorrectly, the way it is not supposed to be used. Maltreatment of something or the improper use of something. So, today I'll be asking my friends a few questions that I know all of us would want to hear. What's one thing that comes to your mind when you hear the word abuse?
Okay, while I was growing up, I used to feel abuse has to do with physical, bruises, has to do with constant beating, hitting, and slapping. But when I grew older, I felt like I had to change my perspective, yeah, because I experienced abuse and I was not able to detect it on time because my ideology of abuse was still sticking to being hitting physically. So there are a lot of things that are abuse, a whole lot of that are abuse, emotional abuse, verbal abuse, sexual abuse, and the rest. And I think most people are not able to detect this kind of abuse because they are not they are not, yeah, that's the word. They don't think okay, this is it. They only just narrowed their own perspective to physical abuse, that you have to hit them, you have to beat them. And some people are experiencing abuse in their relationship, they are married without even knowing. Control, they have to control you, your phones, isolate you from your family, and you are saying that's just his personal plans, that is just how he is, and all. Some people have to even regulate what to wear, everything about you. And you're like, okay, he's just being jealous. Okay, I used to tell my friends, okay, when you check your phone constantly and all, when you have to break your SIM card and give you a new SIM card, he loves you. That was my ideology when I was younger. I would tell them he just loves you. That's why he's just trying to do all that. But as I grew, I was like, yeah, where is the love? Love is not being insecure. Love is everything the Bible said it is. When the Bible said love is kind, love is patient, I love to sometimes bring the Bible into context because is our foundation as Christians, yeah. So the Bible cannot lie. Love is everything the Bible said it is. It's not those insecurity that is saying, okay, where did you go? Where did you is more. And I was able to experience emotional abuse. And at the time it was draining because I was in school. I wanted to join the choir and it was like, you will not join any choir. And stupid me, I went to the choir and I left because someone said, yes, you will not join the choir because he has his own ideology of the choir. Okay, they date themselves and all. And I was like, I can't be in such space because my so-called boyfriend said she will not join the choir. But along the line, I began to understand that there's always better. You don't need to have this scarcity mindset in midst of abundance. God has created us with good things, good people. Just the way you are, you felt like, okay, I'm good. Why can't I find someone better? God will give you someone better. You just have to trust Him and trust the process. So,
God is the God of abundance.
yes. So you don't have to just think and say, okay, abuse has to be, he has to beat her, give her uppercut, give her a marine style. It's not like that.
Or buy you gift.
Or by after they tell your eye, they come and say, take, and you're like, oh, babe, you promised me you won't hurt me again, and like, yeah, I won't hurt you again. I was just angry, and you are like, ah, so that's not love. That's not love. Anyway, you have to question yourself, your worth. They tell you, okay, I'm not good enough. Go out and see who will love you. So I feel like you have to just have this, build your guts, have a standard that even if people try to pull it down, it's already a standard. Just like when you go to when you go to shop right now, you're like, I want to buy this. The price tag is already written on it. You don't have to price. If you cannot buy, you go. Just give yourself a price tag. People who cannot afford it will leave. People who can afford it will stay. So just try to get this self-worth. Build your self-worth, and you are loved, you are valued, you are seen. Tell yourself, give yourself words of affirmation. If you are being weak and you are like, okay, I can't do it, tell yourself you are beautiful because every creature created by God is beautiful.
Set your standard.
Set a
Don't
standard.
compromise.
Yes.
Don't compromise. So thank you so much, Grace,
Thank
for
you.
that. That was so beautiful.
Thank you.
Annie, Can religious beliefs sometimes keep people trapped in abusive situations?
Hmm. Well, I'm going to say this and I'll say it out loud because a lot of people would not want to say it. But the thing is, you cannot love God and be trapped by Him, or rather, by what people say about Him. So it is not a problem of religion, but it becomes a problem where certain teachings are misapplied, to silence someone else's pain. Because people hear divorce is a sin, forgive 70 times 7, spouse are supposed to love their partners and be submissive. But then they also forget the part that says that a man must love his wife just as Christ loved the church. So by the time we take all of this out of context, it seems like it becomes a chain. It is not the problem of religion. To me, it is a problem of misinterpretation.
Yeah.
Because I still believe I'm a Christian, and I know that there are other faiths out there, be it Islam, Buddhism, traditional worshippers. They still have a core value that protects the vulnerable. Yes, so it is not a problem of religion, but it is people get trapped because of the fear of guilt or being judged.
Yeah.
Judgment. Oh, she's the women leader. Oh, what will people say? What will the church say? What will the community say? And then sometimes, most times, this fear weighs even more than the abuse itself. So we all remember the case of Osinachi, the former gospel singer that died in an abusive marriage. Like it always hurts me to see how she died. She's dead now, and her story is just a bad. It's just it's just a sad story in
Yeah.
someone else's face. I know that so many of us don't even understand when we are being abused, but then you need to love yourself more. Because when you love
Love
yourself
yourself
so
more.
much, there are things you can't take.
Yeah.
Because you know that you
Yeah.
don't let it, you won't
Yeah.
do that to
I can't.
yourself.
I shouldn't
I
take
shouldn't
this.
take this.
Yes.
So you just learn to
You
walk
walk out.
away.
Okay.
Because I was scrolling on Instagram the other day and I saw a post on Solomon Butchis. I just stumbled on that post. The woman was crying and she was just wailing, telling her pastor, her so-called pastor, how her husband has been maltreating her, cheating on her. And instead of him to counsel her as a man of God, he was laughing and making jest of her, telling her to pray. I mean, someone is
Like,
telling you that
for
her
real.
husband is cheating on her, and maybe he's even dating her. Who knows? You're asking her to pray. Pray for what?
Like,
What are we
prayer is
praying
not even
for?
the solution to everything.
Everything,
Prayer is
yeah.
not praying is not bad. It is not bad.
But in
But
that
you now
scenario,
making prayer as medicine to everything in a situation like this, you're telling somebody to pray. It doesn't even make sense.
so that is the situation. We need to love ourselves extra more. We need to go hard on ourselves to love ourselves in order to walk away from abusive situation. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Annie, for this so insightful message. So, for our viewers out there, please love yourself and know when to walk out from some situations. You don't wait for it to get so bad that you might even lose your life. Please know when to walk out.